Welcome to the Power Forward Pod, hosted by the Power Forward Group Financial Advisory Team, where we believe two is better than one, dialogues are better than monologues, thoughts are meant to be challenged, sound boxes are the enemy, and change is the only constant. So today we're going to delve into some money stories, sports and finance, and we have with us Bobby Kaslander, posts his amazing election pod.
Yep. How's it going, guys? How you doing, Ruben?
Amazing. How's the day been, Bobby?
Good. Yeah, crazy day in the markets today. We're seeing a very positive reaction with the Trump victory. So, it's been a busy week, and things are looking good right now.
Amazing. Alpha Diallo is our newest advisor of the Power Forward Group team.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to go, and we're excited to have him.
Very happy to be here.
That's right, baby.
Welcome to the team, Alpha.
Yeah.
Got a heavy lunch today. We took you out. We went for a good lunch.
Good lunch. Steak for lunch.
80 degrees in New York in November.
Might have to get used to that.
What, the November lunch or November's where it's 80 degrees?
Yeah, where it's 80.
All right. The world is changing on us. But we're excited to kind of discuss with Alpha and Bobby their money stories, the interplay with their backgrounds in sports. I think our audience is going to love Alpha's story. I loved hearing about it, and I'm going to love hearing more about it. So, Alpha, where are you from?
I'm originally from Queens, New York.
Okay, so we got more New York in the house.
Yeah, Queens, New York.
Okay. Tell us, your family before that, where'd they come from?
They're from Guinea, Conakry in West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, my father came first in the 80s, and he had to raise money to get my mom a visa, too, so she could come as well. When he first got here, the only words he knew was, "I'm looking for a job." That was his initiative for about 4 or 5 months. He told me.
How old were your parents? How old were your parents when they came here?
My dad was around like 25.
Okay.
My mom was around like the same age too.
Okay, and your dad comes in. He's got his important words, I guess.
Yeah, all he knew was, "I'm looking for a job." Nothing else.
They have any family here?
Nope.
Okay. So
nobody.
No language.
No English, no family, no nothing.
No
he came
family.
here with $80 in his pocket.
Okay. So that's the beginning of the American story, right?
Yeah.
First generation.
Beginning of the American dream.
Okay.
So they say.
Are you the American dream?
I hope so.
All right, we're going to find out more. We hope so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alpha's dream starts off in what year approximately they come over?
They came in around 1988, my dad.
Okay.
My mom came around 1989.
Okay, so late 80s.
Yeah.
Did they have any kids at that point? Your brothers and any older brother and sister?
My mom had one kid, but he had passed away before she got to come. He was around like 4 or 5 months. She said he got sick. Right when they were getting the visas to come.
At that time.
Yep. He got sick and passed away, and she still had to come after that.
What's his name?
We had the same name.
Alpha.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
It's a strong name.
Strong name.
It's a strong financial
That's why I
name.
feel he lives through me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very strong strong financial name, Alpha.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Bobby, what's Alpha? Tell us about Alpha.
Alpha is everybody wants Alpha in their portfolios. It's something you want, right? It's outperformance comparative to the market. So if you have Alpha in your portfolio, you're doing something right. So that's great.
So we found the easy way to get Alpha onto our team, right? We brought on an Alpha who's living for an Alpha.
Yeah.
What were your parents looking for coming to America? Why'd they leave?
They left. They were trying to just escape hardship. Like, I've been back to where they're from. I've seen the house that my mom grew up in. It's not even bigger than a closet, I would say. One room. She has about 20 brothers and sisters.
Wow. Okay.
They're all still there.
Are you connected with your family there? You've been back?
I've started connecting with them. Like, from my first time going was in 2020. I went over there with all my family. We did a give back to the fam.
You did a give back to the family side?
Yes.
What's a give back?
Like, we just helped them out. My brother built water wells because they don't have water over there, like clean water to drink from. He opened like a school over there as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so going backwards, so your parents come to America. Your dad knows a couple of words, has $80, under $100 in his pocket. Tell me about their story. Tell me how they began your household in Queens.
So my dad first lived in Manhattan, actually. He was renting a room, him and about 6 other people that came on the same plane as him that didn't know any English, was just looking for work, looking for a way to make money. So he worked. At first, he started as a security guard.
Okay.
That's the only job that will actually take him where he didn't have to talk, just open doors.
Right. How tall is your dad? How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
How tall is your dad?
He's not tall. He's 5'8".
Okay, all right.
He's
So
short.
How tall is your mom?
She's like 5'6", 5'7".
Oh my goodness! And your brother is what, like 6'6"?
6'6", yeah.
Oh.
I think we get it from. They said like my grandfather was tall.
Okay.
all right, I think these are my bodyguards. I'm sitting here at 5'7". I got Bobby on the Bobby. How tall are you on the other side?
6'3".
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're well protected here at Power Forward Group. We got Alpha and we have bodyguards. Okay, so your dad starts off as a security guard. He brings your mother. He brought your mother over. He raised enough money to bring her over. How did that work?
So at first he was actually getting robbed, sending money back to try and get my mother a visa. My mother and my older brother that passed away, sending money back to get them a visa. He was getting robbed along the way. You know, you meeting people, you think they're gonna help you out, but they really just have their own agenda.
Right.
Yeah. So then it finally happened where they got the visas, and then my older brother gets sick. So then, sadly to say, he passed away. And then she came over. When she came over first, that's when my dad started driving a taxi. My dad was a taxi driver for 30 years.
Okay. So
When my mom came, she had my older sister in 1992. So my dad raised some money because he seen like my mom had to start doing something as well,
right.
to help out. So he raised money and ended up opening a beauty salon for her, like to do hair. She was a hair braider.
Wow. So what he's driving this taxi around New York. He's saving up money to start a business for your mother so she can help support the family as well, and your mother as your sister.
Yeah.
So they really restarted in this apartment in Queens. Tell us about the apartment in Queens.
I'm from Left Rack City. It's in Corona, Queens. We grew up in a 3-bedroom. It's not very good though, but we made ends meet. So I would say.
Yeah, it sounds like a house full of love, right?
House full of love. Yeah. Everybody loves each other. We didn't know that we weren't fortunate for many things. We were happy with what we got. Yeah. Went to school in my neighborhood, public school. Went to high school in Christ the King in Queens, New York as well, a Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up going to prep school in Connecticut for my 11th and 12th grade for basketball.
So before getting to basketball, your parents build this household. Your mother's working, your dad's working, so you have both parents working. You have an older sister, you have an older brother, right?
Yeah.
And you're the youngest, you're the baby?
Yeah, I'm the last one.
The last one? In my family, the last one's called the baby.
I'm the last one.
You're the last one. All right, fine. So we got Alpha as the last one. What were the, like, in my family, my grandparents were first-generation Americans. They came here they were immigrants. My mother's a first-generation American. My grandparents came here post the Holocaust. My grandfather's story is a little similar. He couldn't speak a word of English, had no money in his pockets, and had no family. His goal was to rebuild that household. And it sounds to me when I hear this, that was kind of rebuild his family almost.
Yeah, that's why I have like a different type of respect for them, for my parents, because they made it from nothing.
Right.
Literally.
Right. They literally made it from nothing, right? Your dad built that from nothing.
Yeah.
Bob, do you have any, where's your, I don't even know where your family's
Yeah. Good. So both my parents were born in America. Their parents were American. My mom's grandparents were born in Italy. So they came over from Italy on the boat. And my dad's grandparents also came over. I think they came over from the Netherlands.
Okay.
So
Italy's from the boot or the northern part?
From the boot.
The boot. I had a feeling we're in the boot.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And do you have any family stories like that? Any similarities in the sense of like coming to America stories?
No, not that I can share with you today. I'm sure my mom has plenty that should probably dig a little deeper and find some of that information out. But
definitely always a story.
Nothing compared to what Alpha's telling us today.
All right, that's a future pod.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the Italian Dutch story from Bobby. But turning back to kind of the household, for you guys, what was your parents like? I imagine, and this is I imagine there were certain pressures, right? Your parents are looking at you guys and saying, all right, what do they want from you guys? Like, what was success? What were their expectations? I should say.
My dad was very big on schooling.
Okay.
Very, very big on schooling. He didn't care about sports or watching TV. He didn't care about none of that. Like he used to think sports was fake. He didn't believe in it. He believed in you have to get out and get it yourself.
Right. Was there an educational background in Africa? Did he have an educational background?
Yeah, he went to school a little bit, but didn't get to finish because they didn't have any money. He had to walk miles just to make it to school. Without eating, family didn't have much. He just had to figure out a way to get out of there, really.
Okay, so now you're in the household. You're getting straight A's now?
I wouldn't say straight A's. I wouldn't say straight A's. My sister
got straight A's,
my
right?
sister got
You were
straight A's.
telling me about that.
Yep. My sister went to NYU for law.
Did that
scholarship.
take pressure off you or add pressure to you? Like,
Added
is there
pressure.
success?
I was going to say, I feel like that's definitely add pressure.
That was added pressure.
Yeah.
Because they expected all of us to be like her. But she was big on school. She was very big on school.
Right. What is she up to? What's she up to now?
She's a principal right now.
Okay, so she's still big on school.
Yeah, still big on school.
Okay.
She's young, too. Young principal.
Where is she? Where is
32.
she principal?
In Brooklyn. I forgot the name of the school. I'm going to get that, though. Get that information.
All right. That means she's not only principal, she's tough. And
yeah, she's very tough.
All right. Amazing. Okay, so then you brought up, so education's your thing, but it's not like you're not getting straight A's.
Yeah, not straight A's. Because when you're a student athlete, you're not really thinking about school too much.
Okay, so student athlete. Both of you guys were student athletes, right?
We were.
When did it start for you, Bobby?
What, the athletic side?
Yeah.
Or
The serious athletic side. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think growing up, I was always big on sports. My parents played sports, grandparents, so I was always big into all. I was playing three sports throughout the year. Big on soccer, actually, basketball, and then baseball. Sports were always kind of a place where I felt like I excelled. I always wanted to kind of take sports to the next level. So I really started to focus on it as I was growing up, and then kind of opened up a lot of opportunities for me with high school and then eventually college too.
All right. How about for you, Alpha? When did it start?
I took sports serious when I got to high school. I feel like when I was in middle school, sports weren't that serious for me. But others would say it was serious because I was on like a team. I was going to practice every day.
Right.
But for myself, like I took it serious in high school because that's when I feel like I had to really try to like make teams and tryouts and stuff like that. There were other kids that were good as well.
Right. In elementary school, when you're on a team, what is that? That's not the school team? What type of team is that?
No, it's not a school team. It's like an outside team. Like you go in your neighborhood. It'll be like at a church gym or something like that. Like the church is funding the team just to play games.
Right. Are you traveling at all? Or
yeah, we were traveling to other boroughs. That's all. Just other boroughs. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you play any AAU or anything like that?
Yeah, I played AAU.
Alpha? Yeah.
I started AAU in 8th grade.
Okay.
That's when I got my first. I went to Atlanta for my first trip out of New York. That's the first time I left New York.
You flew or you took a bus?
We flew.
You flew?
Yeah.
Was that your first time on a plane? Yeah.
Yep. First time on a plane. First time out of New York. Seen a different side. For once. Yeah, 8th grade.
Okay, all right. So now, fast forward, we're in high school. Sports is serious because it's socially serious, or it's serious because
socially serious, and it's really like competitive. And 9th grade, I had made my varsity team, but I got injured. I had a broken ankle in 9th grade, which actually I would say it helped me.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I came back from my injury, it made me work out more.
Okay.
So I really honed in on my work, took it serious.
Were you supported, or was that all self-driven? Like the idea of saying, "All right, I'm injured. I'm going to go to the gym and work out hard." Was there a mentor involved, or that was?
Yeah, I have a mentor, a lifetime mentor actually. I'll say.
Oh yeah.
His name is Rob Diaz.
Okay.
Lived in my building, coached all my brothers, and then coached me.
Okay, so Rob's there in the background telling you, "All right, get strong, get fit."
Yes, every day. He didn't play around with working out.
How about you, Bobby? Did you have a mentor?
I mean, I think it was always my dad. My dad was, he had coached me ever since like 2nd or 3rd grade basketball. He'd coached my soccer teams, basketball teams, baseball teams. And my dad always, he pushed us, me and my brother. But I think we also had that kind of competitive edge in us as well. To this day, I hate losing in anything. I'll play a game of ping pong with some of the guys in the office here, and I'll get mad if I lose. So, but I think my dad really helped kind of push that drive a little bit further in me.
Yeah. Wait. So he coaches the team you're on. Does he treat you harsher than the other kids, or is he like, oh, Bobby's getting extra playing time? How does that work?
We'll have to talk offline on some of these stories, but let's just say he threw me out of plenty of practices over the years. He was tough on me, but I think I needed it too.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you from a mentor and coaching perspective? Is it tough love, or is it kind of?
It's tough love, of course, because even when they're not coaching you, they're coaching you. I would say they're always instilling something in your mind to make you think straight, make you follow the right path.
Right. Well, the path, right? So what's the path? All right, now you guys are both into athletics. You're both serious about it. You're playing in school and out of school. The competition's real. What's the path? Like, you think, what does that path mean? What, at that point, when you're 9th, 10th, 11th grade, you start to think about your path.
So I would say, like, my mentor, Rob, even through social media, like, he wouldn't even let me, like, he would be on top of me even if I, like, reshared something that's not supposed to be, like, reshared in front of people, like, and just to stay, like, on a business mindset, like, have the right approach every day.
Right.
Think about it for the long term. Don't think about it, like, as you're a kid.
Right. So that long-term goal is what, though? Is it, hey, sports is going to be my career? Is that?
Yeah, for sports to be your career, to try to make it to the NBA.
Okay.
Those are the dreams.
Yeah, and I'm sure seeing your brother was a few years older than you, having such success, I'm sure you wanted to try and follow
his success started late.
Right?
His success started late. So he really got good in, like, 10th grade, 11th grade.
Right.
I was just graduating from middle school at that time, so none of us knew how to handle it at first.
Well, tell me your first memory of that. Like, when did you realize, like, something was different there?
I realized it was different when everybody in my neighborhood and, like, in Queens would see me and say, "Oh, that's his little brother. That's his little brother. That's Hamadu's little brother."
Was that hard for you? Or
yeah, it was definitely hard. Yeah, definitely. Going to different states, people play harder against me, stuff like that.
Right, you got a target on your back.
Yeah, target on my back.
Yeah.
Cameras is watching me.
Right.
Everything. People are watching everything I do.
So the expectations ramp up.
Yeah, definitely. That's why, and that's another reason why I took it serious as well, too. I have a brother that's playing at the highest level. They're waiting for me. They're waiting to see what's going to go on.
Right.
Waiting to see what's next.
Did you like that attention on you, Alpha? Like, were you ready for those
I never
moments?
really liked the attention.
Yeah.
Because I'm, like, a laid-back guy.
Right.
I never really liked the attention that much.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of have that, you have that calm mentality.
You do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's probably healthy in sports, though, right? Your heart rate doesn't necessarily go up in tough situations.
Your butterflies go away quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So seeing yourself kind of go through that and your brother go through that, was your dad, you said before, right? Sports is fake.
Yeah, he still didn't like sports.
Okay, so tell me how that worked.
He never took sports serious until my brother actually made it.
Made it, meaning, like, what point, what did make it mean?
When Coach Calipari from Kentucky came to my house and told my dad, like, he wants my brother to attend his school.
With the scholarship, I assume.
With the scholarship,
okay.
Yes.
So now there's a financial, like, this actually affected.
Was your dad a believer then at that point?
He was definitely a believer. When he heard Calipari speak, he knew it was serious.
Yeah.
Were you there when that happened? Were you present?
I actually wasn't there. I was in practice.
All right. So no days off.
Yeah, no days off. I was in practice. I remember I was in high school. I was in practice. That's the first time a big level coach came to even my neighborhood like that. In the
biggest level 2000s at that point, yeah.
In the 2000s, because
one of the biggest.
Kenny Anderson and Kenny Smith is also from my neighborhood, but they were many years before that.
Right. New York is known for point guards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now your brother's got this level of, all right, sports are now serious in the household. Does it change for you at all? Does your dad's mentality and view of everything change?
I wouldn't say it changed for me, really, because I wasn't at home after that year as well. Because when my brother was leaving to Kentucky, I was leaving to go to prep school in Connecticut.
Okay.
Attending the school that he went to, Putnam Science Academy.
Okay, so you're following that path.
Yeah,
forward.
I was following the path. Yeah.
Bobby, for you guys, was sports ever taken seriously as a financial possibility?
No, I don't think, not nearly as the level as Alpha and his brothers were. Yeah, for me, I don't think there wasn't any expectation that we were going to make it professionally, which I ended up not. But I think just taking my, playing at the college level was really big. And I actually got to play at my father's alma mater too. So that was pretty cool for us.
All right. So socially, I'm sure your dad was super happy, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. He to this day, he thanks me on how many college relationships he's rekindled over the, my 4 years while I was there. So I think he enjoyed it as much as I did.
Right. So he got to live vicariously through you.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly.
Okay. So going back to kind of the money story in the household, right?
Yeah.
Your dad walks in with $80, right? And sports are fake.
Yeah.
And now your brother's made it, right?
Yeah.
From an athletic perspective, and sports are now real. what was there financial education in the household? What was that like in terms of?
There was no financial education because basically in Africa, finance is not as big as here.
Okay.
Over there, not everybody's fortunate enough, and the little money that they do have is just to buy groceries.
Right. I mean, your brother went there and dug wells. We're thinking about next day. We're not thinking about retirement.
Yeah, we're not thinking about long term.
Right. And then, so what created your interest in finance? Where did that come from?
My interest in finance came from my dad when he was hard on me for schooling, and my uncle who was actually working in an office in Africa.
Okay.
My uncles actually have the same name as me as well. His name is
Alpha also?
Well. Yeah. He was in one of the highest positions in finance back in Africa.
Okay. So
yeah.
Wow.
So when I got to college, I attended Clark Atlanta University, HBCU,
okay.
for my first year. I studied finance, but a couple of injuries happened along the way. I had a fractured hip. Yeah, so when I had to sit out for a long period of time, it's like I was thinking like, how can I make it doing something else?
Right.
Like I need to find another route because basically I'm looking at it as if I don't get to the NBA, I have to find something else to do.
Right.
So then I really honed in on my student side instead of being a student athlete, I would say.
So you're diversifying your skill set.
Yeah. Opening my mind.
How did you like those finance courses? You taking like accounting, finance? Yeah.
Very hard. Counting, everything.
Yeah.
Micro, macro, everything. I was taking everything.
Yeah.
But now your dad's got to be proud of you.
Yeah, he's proud. Sees me leave the house in the morning. Very proud. Can't believe it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you're the...
Great.
It's not about sports. It's about kind of making things work for you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I'm young, so he would say. Because even when I was leaving for prep school, he didn't want me to leave for school. I was 14, going on 15. He thought I was too young.
Well, you are. I mean, you say that you're the last one.
Yeah.
You're saying you're the baby. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Whether you like it or not, that's the way it is. It's got to be in his head.
Yeah.
It's got to be in your mom's head. How about your mother? What was your mother like in terms of? It was her beauty salon. She still has it.
Yeah, they were paying right now. She doesn't have it anymore, but she worked there. She was the manager, owner, both, and she worked as well.
Right.
Yeah, she had to hire people, everything.
So she's a full-time business owner.
Yeah.
And she's a full-time mom.
Yeah, helping out other immigrants as well.
Is that in terms of hiring practices and her people?
Yeah, they all worked under her. She helped them get money for their family as well.
Yeah. So
it was in Jamaica, Queens.
Jamaica, Queens is a great spot. So
yeah.
we got Jamaica, we got Brooklyn, and we got Corona, and we got Verona.
Verona, baby. Yeah.
Right? We're rolling through.
Verona,
We're rolling
New
through.
Jersey.
Yeah. She did that for about, I would say 12 years. I would say.
Okay.
And my dad drove taxi his whole life.
Your sister doing your nails in the morning when you're a little baby?
Yeah. We used to go to the office. We used to go to the shop. I used to be there all the time. I used to go to the YMCA next to there, all of that. Me and all my siblings.
Amazing. So now you started at Power Forward Group. You've been with us really.
Very happy to be here.
Super happy to have Alpha.
Pumped to have you, Alpha. Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you guys made it very comfortable for me.
We love it. And
first podcast too for him.
Yeah, first podcast ever.
Yeah.
One take, we hope.
We hope, yeah.
What's your when you come to Power Forward Group and you kind of see the work we do with clients, like what speaks to you about that? Is it working with others? What's the why?
I love how you guys build relationships with your clients, like how you guys really think about them as a person and not just thinking about what they can do for you, how much money they make. You guys think of everybody as a person first. You want to see how they are, how they interact, their life story as well. It's just getting to know somebody. That's the best part of it.
Yeah, that's also my favorite part is we get to meet people around the country with different stories, with different backgrounds. Yet there's always this is the beauty of the society. There's always some sort of connection, right? There's always some level of similarity, even when those differences are so stark.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Spoken as a guy who's never going to play sports seriously, although I do try to pick up ice hockey at least twice a week. But
you play hockey, you're tough.
Yeah, we try to. We that's how I get the anxiety.
I cannot see myself on an ice rink.
We did have.
We should do a PFG like ice skating day.
Just to see how that goes.
That's a skill in
I
itself.
feel like we're gonna need a blooper video.
Yeah.
I did play in a pickup roller hockey league once, and an ex-NFL player played for the Giants came through, and he decided he had passed apparently the rink every day on his way to practice in the Meadowlands, and he said, "All right, now I'm done with my playing career. I'm going to pick up hockey." Must have been your guy's height, big dude. And he was pretty damn good. I played against him his first game. Right away, he picked it up. However, he didn't know what a penalty was, and he was a big dude. He was just knocking people over right and left. And after knocking him over, he'd say to the ref, "Was that a penalty?" The ref go, "Yeah." But he didn't blow the whistle. He didn't call any penalties.
He was happy to see him there.
Exactly. He's like, "Can I have an autograph?"
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think one of the things I think is amazing, kind of looking at the Power Forward Group team, is the team mentality, right? We find that people who grow up playing sports are able to have that team mentality. When we think about the work we do with our clients, it's really about how do I fit in? How do I fit into the client's game plan? How do I help support that game plan? How do I integrate? That doesn't work if it's a top-down relationship. If it's a hey, you do this, right? If it's all tough love.
Yeah, I love how in the office everybody sees everybody as an equal person. I love that.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
But we are, right. If you're not supportive, you're not all on the kind of the same level. Then
Definitely.
It breaks real fast. Yeah. So we try to have that team mentality. I don't know what what sport lends itself to the best team mentality. What do you think, Bobby? What's the best teaching sport for a team mentality?
Team mentality. I mean, I'm biased, obviously, but I personally do think football.
You think football?
Everybody has a specific job, and if one you got 11 men on the field at the same time on your team. If one person messes up, you got to hold yourself accountable for the whole team. So
football, it is a lot of people on the team.
So I think just focusing on what you do best and relying on your teammates around you to do their job ultimately benefits for the success of the whole team. But I know basketball is the same way. Like everybody, any team sport, when you got other guys on your same team on the floor at the same time,
everyone has a role.
Everybody has a role.
Everybody has a role.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to play in that role. And you got to.
Yeah.
How about you? What sport you think is the top?
I'm biased as well. Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about basketball lends itself to being the best cultural team sport for work?
Basketball? It's from the top down, from the coaches to the players to the personnel, everything. Yeah. From the point guard has to be on the same page as the center. The ball has to go in the hoop.
Yeah, true. I think it's darts. No, I'm kidding. But that is the number one sport played in the PFG office.
Chris
a lot of darts.
Might agree with that. Yeah.
Darts every day.
I didn't know darts was a team sport. I
Very
thought darts
competitive too.
I thought darts was just throwing stuff at a wall. Yeah, but I think both sports are great. I think obviously I'll be biased and say hockey's great, but what I like about basketball a lot is the flexibility, right?
Yeah.
It's you have a defined role, but you have to kind of adjust yourself to others on the team. Football, I assume, is the same, but when you watch football and you don't play football,
you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think you understand what's going on to the degree that Bobby would know what's going on there.
Yeah, definitely. Because it took me a while to learn some football.
Yeah.
Because I've never played.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I played two-hand touch in the street, but
yeah, of course,
not. I don't think that's D1 football. But we're glad to take that team approach. We're super excited to kind of have that mentality within the team. And we can't wait to learn from you, right? That's what we do. We learn from each other. We learn from our clients. We learn from our advisors. And we're looking forward to you bringing that skill set to Power Forward Group.
Appreciate you guys.
Amazing. Appreciate you, Alpha.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.